Hi, today's video is what is uniqueness? So it seems like kind of an obvious thing, but it's actually really important to understand and get it right. So uniqueness is a property of an entity. I've talked about properties and entities. I'll link to those in the description. So it's a thing associated with an entity, which means that you can tell that it's different from all other versions of that entity. And usually you want uniqueness. You want to make sure that you can tell two different things apart. There are times when you don't want uniqueness, where you want to be able to access any number of capabilities or any number of entities which provide the same capabilities, provide the same service. But often you do want uniqueness. And uniqueness is actually quite a difficult thing to be certain of. There are kind of two main ways to try to guarantee or try to get the highest levels of uniqueness. And the one is naming schemes. And naming schemes, you could say, well, this organization can name all things which are of type foo, and this organization can name all things of type bar. And each of those has a responsibility for keeping a list, basically, of all of those types of things that they manage. So let's say you've got a company which is, I don't know, Microsoft, and Microsoft has lots of different products, and it has to keep all of those products separate. It makes a list of them, and it can provide that. Of course, you need someone making sure that there's not two different organizations called Microsoft. So there's a thing there. But that's the first approach, where you basically have a list of different things, or a list of lists, and you can delegate to different organizations or different entities the task of ensuring that all the things under their control, whether they create them or whether they just have the role of categorizing them or labeling them, are unique. So that's the first way. The second way is trying to use randomness, and basically picking a random number across a really huge range. So the chances of someone else picking that number are just astronomically low. Now, can you be certain that hasn't happened? No. There are certain situations where it can happen more often than you think. That's to do with entropy. I'll talk about entropy. It's a very fascinating concept in a different video. But if you have such a huge range of numbers for what you think is going to be a fairly small number of things, then you've got a pretty decent chance that each one will have a unique number if you assign them randomly. So exactly how big that range needs to be for a particular likely set of things is one of those interesting mathematical things I won't go into here. It's not my field. But those are the two ways. Either a managed list of different things, or assigning randomly. And each of them has their pros and their cons, their good points and their bad points. But that's hopefully explains to you what uniqueness is. It's really important, particularly when you're doing things like cryptographic keys. So it's a useful and important thing to understand. If you have questions about this or any other topic or issue to do with cybersecurity, please subscribe to the channel, ask me a question in the comments, and I'll do what I can to explain. Thanks a lot. Bye.